Good morning. Welcome to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Great show for you today. A lot to talk about. We have an interview coming up about 7:08, 7:10. If you have an opportunity, if you're thinking about shutting us off already, hang tight for about 10 minutes. We have L3 Harris. We have Connor talking truck simulators. Drive safe, Dave. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, how's it going this morning? You know, kind of cool technology, kind of interesting stuff going to be happening today and talking about it. But I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get behind the controls of another gaming device.
Hey, producer, you know, an uncomfortable situation I was in this morning when I walk in and there's like an 1/18 of an inch mouse. I think it was a baby mouse, maybe a cockroach. And we have Drive Safe Dave acting like of mice and men trying to stomp it. You know what I'm thinking to myself? Come on, Drive Safe Dave. Producer, wasn't that a little bizarre?
Yeah, no, it was pretty weird. I came in and sat down, and you know what's funny is back here in the office, Dylan was walking through, and he came in walking in with a box, and I was like, "What's going on, man? What do you got? What you looking for?" And he was like, "Mouse," and I was like, "Well, we have some extra. Like, hey, I'm looking for one." He's like,
Tesla, big news on Tesla becomes one of the few companies in the United States, valuation over $1 trillion. Drive Safe Dave, they join Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet, the parent company of Google, as valuation over $1 trillion. Hey, congrats to Tesla. Obviously, big profits, lots of orders, and Hertz comes in, kind of makes the stock go up 13% alone yesterday with 100,000 Tesla vehicles ordered by the end of next year.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I guess what that's going to really do is that's going to expose most everyone, if any way, shape, form, or fashion, to an electric car, right? I mean, you put 100,000 on the road, it gives them an opportunity to rent one when they go into a city and be exposed where they've never been exposed before.
Yeah, so it's going to, without a doubt, it's going to give a lot of exposure on it. You know, now we're going to have the thing, did you charge it before you brought it in, right? I mean, then now we got the charging station. So a lot of technology going to have to happen on the technology side, producer.
well, Hertz is also going to be investing in charging locations on the common routes that they're going to be renting a lot of these cars at. So a lot of this order isn't just for the vehicles themselves. They're also investing in charging stations. So it's kind of an infrastructure investment as well. So pretty big move coming in from Hertz, who definitely faced bankruptcy last year.
And now, on top of everything else, you have the Gulf Coast ports, the East Coast ports, shipping over out of Canada as well, shipping over all of these empty containers into that port of LA, making it an even bigger mess. Last couple weeks, nearly 2,000 empty containers are coming into the port. And Drive Safe Dave, the interesting thing about that is that on the empty side of the containers, it's first come, first serve. First come, first serve. And we all know what first come, first serve means. However, in the container business, especially in LA, when you get there and they have no space, they turn you around. You're done. And so now you go in there to drop an empty container off and probably pick one up because they're open 24 hours a day, only to be turned around because they have no room for the empties.
We'll just drop it out the street outside.
We talked about that as well, right? The neighborhoods now have new boxes going on everywhere, and it really is. It's an issue. It's a major issue as these empties continue to come in. And think about it from a driver standpoint. As we have a little fun with this, we see it in the port up there in the Northeast. We see it also in Port of LA area. These trucks have to wait hours to get in there, only to be turned around because there's no room. It's another logistics nightmare that when you can't drop an empty off, you can't pick one up. So nobody really wants to take the empties in. Why would you waste your time taking empty in if you may get turned around?
Back in line. Get back in line. I mean, go drop your empty somewhere else, but come back and get back in line for 4 or 5 hours. I was even seeing that some of the guys were waiting up to 8 and 9 hours to get in.
There's not going to be that many bargains. Yes, shippers are worried, and people are worried about their product coming in. There's not going to be as many sales. We talked about Thanksgiving already, how we expect to spend 20 to 30% more on your Thanksgiving dinner this year about the same thing's going to go to your holiday gifts. They're saying this. The professionals, not me, those people that are in charge of the retailers are saying, people are still going to order. We are going to see record orders during this season, and they don't know how they're going to get it. It's major. It's major chaos as we enter into peak season.
Yeah, and not only I foresee it. This is just a guess, but if you order it and you still wanted it, Christmas may not fall on the 25th when it comes to a package this year, right? It may not fall on Christmas morning wrapped up under a bow. It may come under your front door January 3rd, right? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it truly may not make it there.
It was the Zim Kingston, that was the name of the ship, lost 40 containers at sea during the weekend, only to have Sunday a fire breakout on 10 of the containers. Okay, now they just lost 40 with the high winds. And you know what? What a crappy luck, And now I got 10. I'm going to tell you how bad my luck is. Can I tell you how bad my luck is? I have 10 containers on fire right now, and the containers have some kind of hazardous, it's some kind of potassium in which you're unable to apply water directly to the containers. Those containers that have the fire, the potassium, the chemical says, hey, I don't like water, and here you are stuck in the ocean with all the water you want to use, and you can't spray it directly on the fire.
It will cause a fire.
It will cause a fire.
All of the elements on the far left-hand side of the periodic table of the elements will start a fire if they touch water. Lithium, potassium, all of those on the far left. Potassium is K.
Here, this first one, again, driver is letting it go. For me, you got that merge lane there too. Maybe let it go a little sooner. But look at this. I paused this, and right about here, there is only 40 feet because at the one point I paused it, the rear trailer is on the one dash, and the front of this is starting the other one. So we talk all the time that the spacing is 30 feet, the dashes are 10. So less than 40 feet here at over 65 miles an hour. Just crazy. So again, this driver does a great job keeping the space in front of them. But you maybe just want to back out of this when you see something like this, because if something goes wrong right now, you still don't really have a great out.
That's when you get on the CB and you go, hey, driver, BCB Live, tune in Monday through Friday.
Yeah. Hey, this next one, again, believe it or not, this is a great video that's going to happen from another vehicle standpoint. But I just want everybody to realize that the spacing in here seems okay, but it's less than a second. I timed it. It's less than a second now you start to see it starts to increase. Right here, there's a tailgate situation going on. And then you're going to have a vehicle passing on a double yellow line coming up as well. And this driver does a pretty good job of maybe seeing it and starts to increase the space. But remember, stay out of that tailgate situation to begin with, because these people are out here.
On a bridge,
On a bridge,
no less. Starts the passing process on a bridge.
Just crazy. Hey, this driver does a good job, but remember, stale green lights. They're going to change, folks. You got to slow down. As you can see, that's not happening. Prepared to stop. You got to be prepared to stop. This driver did the right thing by not running through this. But again, help yourself out. Did the driver do a safe thing? Yes. Was it the safest thing that they did? No, because they needed to slow down maybe just a little bit before, and then this doesn't become such a last-minute decision. Here again, good job. But again, you see that ramp sign, 25 miles an hour. This vehicle never got under 26. Remember, these speed limits are for cars, four-wheelers, not trucks. So you got to be under that speed limit just to avoid. We're going to see a lot of wind coming through this country all week. That little, you get a 40, 50 mile an hour wind gust right here in this curve, and you're going to glide it over, right, Drive Safe?
Absolutely. It can push you right over that. Inertia alone is going to add to whatever wind force that you get. It can flip you.
Yeah, we've got to slow down in the wind, folks. It's going to be all week throughout the country. Here, love this. We talked earlier about impatience, packing your patience, and not making that lane change with traffic, kind of going pretty quick in the lanes around you. This driver demonstrates that. Look at it. Just stay there. You're not going anywhere. You can see up ahead. There's traffic on both sides of you up ahead. So you jump out there, you might gain a spot or two, but what have you risked? Great job. Stay in your lane.
I like the distance between the vehicle and the truck. A lot of concrete.
And here, for me, this gets the award for the day. Look at this. Stopped well before the track because wasn't sure it could fit in between the track and the light. and just being patient and waiting for that light to change. Outstanding job, driver. This was what you're looking for. Stay on this side of the tracks. This week, we've been talking a little bit about our hours of service. And so yesterday we did the major infractions. These are considered infractions, although they call them minor, but they still hit your company's CSA scores, and it's very easy to avoid. And that's just certifying your logs, right? That's a one kind of form of manner. Also, making sure that your bill of lading number and your trailer, your equipment number is on your logs. So you just got to make sure that that's what you're doing. And it's very simple, right? Before you move that vehicle, you review the previous day's logs, and if they're correct, you certify them. If they're not, you get them corrected. Get with your safety department, find out what the situation is, and get them corrected so that you can certify them before you start. And then every on-duty status gives you the opportunity to put your equipment, the correct equipment, and bill of lading number in there. And so these are just ones that should be just like drug and alcohol, and that should always be 100% avoidable as you go through.